Listening to Music City Spotlight. I'm talking to Irvin from Irvin Guitars. His full name is Wayne Irvin Johnson, Irvin. He is a luthier based out of Seattle, and he's making some badass guitars. And so I got to test a few out. The first one is his small jumbo. Something like that. I don't know. Does that sound dumb?
No, I didn't.
Something that you think doesn't sound dumb. No, representing guitar.
Oh, that's great. Now you're playing straight acoustically there. You're not plugged in now, you know.
Oh, forgot. My bad. Sorry.
Well, you can do it that way too. It doesn't matter.
Honestly, I think it sounds better, but we still need a. Well.
I mean, there's something to be said for just pure microphone.
What it sounds. Yeah, that's honestly I think.
You know, unadulterated, if you will.
Well, I will just mention that they all have the pickup and that they sound good.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually, to be honest, a custom buyer is interested in an unmodified. What is a real deal?
What it sounds like.
Yeah.
Me too. That's what I was thinking.
I kind of like the clean mic. I have them obviously for stage presence. Everybody wants to plug in when they can, but
right.
They want to know what really they're getting.
Yeah, because that's what you're going to play at your house.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm hearing that. There we go, that's what I'll do. That's what I was trying to find in my ear. This little hole here, I take it that's for, you got a little, like a 2-inch hole on the top of your guitar.
Yep.
Where you can, reach the,
That is what we call a sound port. It actually functions as a monitor to the player. You're going to get some of your own volume and sound coming up at you into your ears.
You're playing
you play
live.
Yeah,
and you can hear it.
Mm-hmm. People really love it. You can really hear it.
That's awesome. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that sometimes, I can't hear the front of it.
You can stick your ear right down there.
So how much are we looking for this guitar?
That one there is running $3,500. I'm a really decent. My starting price for a custom guitar is right at $3,000, and that's a little more because of the rosette I put in there. I did a marquee or a mosaic type different woods inlay. That's not my standard. My standard would be more one-piece wood rosette, but I use all wood bindings. That one there has ebony bindings that I install.
The pickup sounds real nice. When we were listening back, it really sounds like the guitar. So how do you make that decision as far as where to put it?
Well, that's a LR Baggs Anthem pickup. I use LR Baggs Anthem or the LR Baggs Lyric, my pickups of choice that seem to respond well to my guitar. The Anthem has both a microphone and a element electronic strip that goes underneath the saddle, so it's got two forms of pickup in it, which I like a lot. And the Lyric's been very good. The Lyric is a microphone, just a single microphone pickup. This is my small jumbo, and it's Bocote is the wood, the back and sides. A Bocote with a Sitka spruce top.
Bocote with a spruce top. Where'd you get the Bocote wood from?
I have a dealer. That particular set came from Hibden Hardwoods out of St. Louis. They're a fantastic maker of guitar woods from the raw. I get my wood quarter sawn and in sets or planks, thin. So my backs I then take. They're always in two pieces. Front tops and backs are in two pieces, but they're book matched. They're from the same billet, if you will. They just slice them, and then I join them So they're book matched on the back. You can, especially that one, you can see how they're a mirror image from the right to left, right down the middle, top to bottom, like that. Right. You see the right to left. You see that.
I see the mirror image.
Yeah.
So you joined it. You said you spliced it and joined it.
Yeah, it's I set the join. That happens on all tops and backs of guitars. They're
joined like that. I noticed that on my one of my guitars recently because it's kind of splitting.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely beautiful. So this is one last time.
Yep.
This is the what's it called?
It's called the Small Jumbo, the Irvin Small Jumbo. I actually
Irvin Small Jumbo. Do you have a website?
Called the SJ. Yeah, irvinguitars.com.
So this is an Irvin Small Jumbo, and just gotta pick something to play. I'm gonna grab my cable.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, please note that when I am playing Irvin's guitars, I did not process the sound very much. There's a little compression, there's a little reverb. That's it. Visit irvinguitars.com. These guitars are the shit.
Yeah, so what you're looking at there is my cutaway version of the Small Jumbo. It's called a Florentine Cutaway, meaning it's sharp, pointing out the rounded cutaway. I designed
like a little,
the sharp
little spike, like a little horn on it.
Yeah.
That look, some people really do look for that. But I really like these little squares over here. Like
the inlay on the front. Yeah, thank you. That was just something unique and a little bit different to.
Yeah. So this is the same guitar essentially, but with the cutaway.
Right. Now, different woods. That has a Padauk. Padauk is from West Africa, the back and sides, and the top is a Western red cedar. It's in a drop D tuning possibly when I was.
This is my kind of guitar.
Is that right? Great.
This is a little more my sound. It's this backwood that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And on the sides. What's it called?
That's called Padauk.
And what's the top?
And the top is Western red cedar.
This is beautiful. I love the sound, man.
Yeah, thank you.
How much does this one cost?
Well, the Cutaway is usually a $500 upgrade from there, and that has the Baggs Lyric and the extra inlay around there. So
why is the Cutaway an extra $500?
It's that much more hours to build it.
Really?
It's a lot more difficult. Yeah. It's a lot more bending involved.
The whole thing has to work in right here. It's like not helping.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I bend a separate piece of the side, and all the inlay, all the binding, a lot more complicated around the Cutaway, a lot more mitering.
Yeah. This is sweet. This is amazing.
It's really probably underpriced for
What'd you say it was?
For the the Cutaway, but with the picker and all, that's a $3,700 guitar right now.
$3,700 guitar. It's beautiful. Definitely want to play this.
Thank you.
I like it.
Yeah.
How does that song go? Don't let me down.
Yeah.
It makes me think of that, like the frets are real light.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think that's kind of what happens. Their personality involved.
Oh, yeah.
And I think custom guitar building, when it makes a connection with a person, that's what you're trying to do. Guys are looking for really a high-end guitar that they want to never put down because they've made a personal connection to it. That's what I try to do.
So how many of these do you have? Like, say, so you invite people, so like a musician, for anyone that wants to contact you, right?
Right.
Can contact you.
Right.
What's the best way?
On my website, I have a contact space there.
What's the website called?
It's called irvinguitars.com.
All right.
IRVIN. So it's a little different spelling. It's Irvin with an I.
Right.
And
so someone contacts you, and then they go to your place, right?
Yeah, well, there's a number of ways that it happens. Usually what happens is somebody knows me, they come over, they play one like you're doing, and they go, man, I got to have one. And so then they say, but I would really like rosewood, or I would really like this and that and the other. And we go through, I have a bit of a checklist. Do you want a cutaway, do you not? What scale length do you like to play? Right. How does that neck feel? Do you want a little thinner? Do you want a little thicker?
Right.
You want the string spacing wider, farther apart, closer? How do you want? You know, some of those specs we
I
go
want
over.
like this exact guitar, but with a smaller neck.
Like which way you're talking about?
Like because my hand isn't as large as other people's.
So your string spacing on that one's a little too far apart for you. You want to, you would want to have me narrow, which we can do easily. So I would narrow that down, tighten that up.
Do you sometimes do that, like if you already made the guitar?
I like to do it before I put the neck on.
No, I understand. But
that.
If someone tells you that, like say I did have the cash, right? Like Irvin, I can give it throw another grand.
Yeah.
Can you make this thing smaller? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, would you just make another one from scratch if you have the wood? Because obviously you also have to have the wood.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it would be better for you. I would rather build you one just for you and make that neck exactly. Right. Not take that one off and re-put one on.
Right, because this one's already wonderful, and someone's going to want this.
Right, and it's set up really well. So that's what we would do.
So how many guitars do you think you've built?
That one there actually is my number 4. I am working on 12 and 13. I'm a new builder. Starting a new journey.
You did a pretty good job for number 4.
Yeah, I was taught by a wonderful luthier named Sergei de Jong, who's world-renowned in his own right. And so I spent 5 weeks steady with him building a guitar from the ground up. So I've got a lot that I owe him, but I've taken and created my own designs and depend a lot on my own ear when I voice the top and tap the wood, and I really listen and get the wood thinned out and braced just to where I think I want it to produce whatever I'm going for. Usually I like really good balance, a lot of nice bass presence, but don't lose the trebles in the process of that. I try to keep them from becoming muddy. I just like to hear the clarity all the way up from the first fret to even the 20th if you play all the way up there. And so... And the cutaway helps you, obviously, to get down in there. Sal with his new guitar. But that's what's fun. I have a guy come in and the other night played the one you prior, the Cody one, totally captured by it, and not so much by maybe that one, and not so much by all of them.
So everyone's different,
but it's something connects, and because of the different woods, produce a little bit different sound, and each I built them a little bit different to try to capture.
So how many guitars do you have lying around? Well, you said you're on your 12 and 13.
I'm on my 12 and 13.
Have you sold any of them yet?
I have 4. Actually, I have. I was going to say, I have 4. One I'm building right now. He's the 4th one. 4 touring artists actually with my Irvin guitars right now.
Acoustic.
All acoustic, all similar to this. I built a smaller one, becoming quite popular. 2 of the touring artists chose what I call the signature Parlor, which I don't have a sample of here.
Yeah, no worries.
And it's a little bit smaller. It's the same body length. Yeah. But the upper bout and the lower bout are closer in.
I actually love those. Those are my favorite.
So I built a nice Parlor.
Not to be like, you should have brought that one. No, I just.
Well, I didn't have one to bring. They're sold, and I'm building one that's sold. And
that's awesome.
So yeah.
I feel like they're coming back because I go.
Oh, they are. They're very popular.
I go to Guitar Center all the time, and they started making them like just that shape, like $200 guitars, but with that shape.
Yeah.
So people want them.
It's a great shape. Mine are generally built with a 12 fret to the body, as opposed to these that are 14. But I do build a Parlor with the 14 fret to the body if it's so preferred, which we can do. And you like, I mean, it has clarity, whether it's tender played or you can get some pretty good volume out of that thing.
Yeah, I think it's really, well, I like the balance on it.
Yeah, the balance.
It's my kind of balance. Because you saw how, like, as soon as I heard the bass strings, because you're right, sometimes the bass strings don't come out enough, and then sometimes they come out, but you can't hear any of the higher strings.
Right. Overbalanced there sometimes, yeah.
And you saw that's the first thing I did, I was like,
yeah.
Because I like that.
Yeah.
This next guitar I'm going to play for you is his signature Dreadnought. So go to irvinguitars.com. IRVIN. He's a passionate craftsman that cares about the fine details, and he will make you a guitar that's right for you. So if you're serious about a good guitar, look him up. So this is this one here. Oh, this one's more of a. This one's good for strumming.
Yeah.
It's nice and real balanced.
Country bluegrass, flat picking. And
Yeah.
just to become something that people get attached to, they're a part of. It's a great addition. I think it invokes family
Sweet.
type thing. Like there's something powerful about music, something powerful about the instruments that play music, and there's a human connection, and it connects humans with humans.
Connects you with the laws of the universe. It's
Yeah.
like I was saying. Why is that like? Why does it work?
Yeah.
It just does.
Yeah.
How
It's-
come we
it's-
can make music? How come we can make it so that air frequencies just do it? They function, and then they hit your ear, and then you perceive all that,
Yeah.
and you take that information with you.
Just something really beautiful about it, I think. It's a great way to express a message you have, or sometimes a guitar can heal. Play by yourself. Get healing from it.
Definitely. So, I guess let's talk about
So that's called my signature Dreadnought for the shape. It's
the
a big-
signature Dreadnought.
Yep.
So you were saying you spent some time with some gentleman somewhere. Where was this? Where he was teaching you?
He has a school of Luthier in Quebec, Canada, little town called Chelsea, and you can go up there. And I stayed with him at his house actually, and we had a 5-week journey every day, solid all the time, many hours every day, and it was great. Nearly like it was one-on-one, but he never touched my guitar build. He gave me the wood, then he would build a guitar, and he did the step and said, "Now you go do it." And he showed us a step, and we went and did it. So it was really a fantastic way to learn, all by hand, And he's a much more old school type. So I learned, the chisel work and planes and all that hand carving the neck with just a tool. And we did use a router for here, this and that, but it's really a sweet way to learn how to thin your wood and all that kind of thing.
How far are you going to venture out, if you haven't already, from what he taught you?
Well, I have, in the sense that I don't use any of his body shapes. I've designed all my own body shape, and I've tweaked some of the jigs he showed me that he had, and so you kind of find your process as you go along, what works for you a little bit. He's very difficult. I'm not trying to improve on what he does. He's an incredible builder and really respect him. But I think it's an art. All
definitely.
guitar buildings create their own art and their own, in a sense, he relied on his ear and I rely on mine, and we hear things differently as everybody does. And I think mine are going to naturally have more of a Irvin sound because I'm the one that's hearing what I like.
Right.
And it's translating to a lot of people liking it. But wood is different. Wood's like a fingerprint to me. Each piece of wood to me is different. And I try to get the most out of each piece of wood to get it where it's making its most sound. And so I go for balance. I go for all of that. Inspired me into the custom building world.
So at those times, like how many people were making the modern guitars early on, like in the 60s?
Oh, I have, that's a question.
You
I don't
don't know.
I don't know the factory.
Would you ever do that? Like have like 5 people helping you? Just to pump out more?
I don't know. Right now, I'm obviously really trying to get going.
And you're trying to hone in
I'm
on your craft
56.
still?
Who knows what kind of time I got left? But I love doing this. I love
Seem
working
healthy.
it by myself. Actually, I love, but I guess I'd cross that bridge if it got there. It would depend on the order level there's something about when you build a name that they like what you're doing, they kind of want you to build your guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want your helper doing too much. I want your hands on it. They want they want an Irvin. They want to make sure Wayne built it, and
That's true.
I kind of like that too. So
yeah,
you really get attached. Each one of my guitars, I really get attached to.
You know what they are.
I know what they are, and it's kind of a cool thing because the quality control is really there. You're favoring every little piece you're doing because you want it to work perfectly for the client, and because then you get to like it. It's like, man, I don't want to let this one go, but I guess I have to. So,
let's see, what else? Now you're here, I'm gonna show you this guitar I have.
okay.
I knew he was going to grab that.
Yeah. Well, guitars. It's a very personal type thing, and that's why custom matters. I think because you tend to get personal, even if you have a really quality brand name guitar like a Martin or a Taylor or a Gibson, but it's yours, and you have your serial number on it, and you like it, and you chose it, and you feel like it might be better than the other B28 out there or the other whatever out there.